Dr. Anthony Fauci, the foremost expert on infectious disease in America and perhaps the world, has spoken exclusively, saying there's 5 things that we need to do to stop a whole load of COVID trouble. Why COVID trouble? Well, temperatures dropping in Europe and many parts of the world, and America too. He says that makes people stay indoors more, and when people stay indoors more, there's more likelihood of a spread of infection. He says we don't need to shut down the world. We don't need to lock it down. We've got 5 things that we need to do. He says wear a mask. Number 1, it makes a difference. It's proven scientifically. We now know that if you wear a mask when you're in close proximity to other people, it makes a difference. Number 2, social distancing. Make sure that you actually have a little bit of distance between you and the other person. You may say, well, I'm young, I'm not going to get affected. But unfortunately, the problem is it's not you that we're worried about if you're young. If you're young, you're right. You're probably not going to have a big problem with coping with COVID. But what's going to happen is you're going to infect other people, and some of those are vulnerable. So whatever your age, keep a little bit of social distance where you can. We don't want to stop people having fun, says Dr. Fauci. And he's right. We can't stop the world. We can't stop business. That causes massive poverty. That causes problem. It causes depressions and perhaps suicides. So we want to keep the world going, he says. Don't lock down. Wear a mask. Have some social distance. He says, number 3, we need to avoid crowds, particularly if it's in a room. So try and avoid crowds where you've got things like, I guess, unfortunately, football matches where you've got crowds of people. You have crowds of people meeting together. Many countries have put a limit to the number of people that you have in a crowd. So look at how you can reduce the size of crowds that you have. Number 4, he says get outdoors. Makes a difference. Obviously, you pick up the vitamin D. That makes a difference, as Fauci says in the past. Get outdoors and try and use the outdoors as much as you can. Okay, and number 5, nice and simple, wash your hands on a regular basis. We often smile and say, is it really taking a pandemic to make us wash our hands and be grateful for the things that we've got? And let's face it, I know there's an army of people that say, I don't want to wear a mask. Okay, well, maybe you don't. But if the worst thing you're going to do is wear a mask, and that allows you to crack on with your life, okay, then really, a mask, it's not so bad to have to do that. And certainly if you're in a lift or if you're in a crowded place, then obviously it makes sense to do that as an extra precaution. Really interesting to see what he said. If you want to watch the full version, I'll put a link below this video. I think he's a good guy. You'll have your own opinion. I know America's divided, but certainly I think he talks sense. There has to be a middle ground, a way we can keep things going and be careful, protect the vulnerable, but still keep ourselves active and enjoy our lives.